used to do this with a 3-point system, and I had a hard time washing up the white background. I picked up another, or Caleb picked up another pair of lights, which are in the back, and they are the black ones with the white screen. They white out the background, and they also provide a little bit of lighting on me, the subject on the chair. The lights in the front, the umbrellas, are simple, similar types of lights. They reflect light. I've got one up high, which shoots down on me, one a little bit lower to sort of fill in the screen. And the reason we set this up is that, guess what? I wear glasses. And because I wear glasses, if we have these in front, then you're going to get reflections of the umbrella on my glasses. So that's one of the challenges that we face. The light in behind me on the chair is there to actually light up the background. And you've seen in a variety of different movies that I've made or videos that I've made that the ones where I light up the background, I usually include some type of imagery or graphics or visuals on the side. I also shoot 1/3 of the screen off, so I'm off to one side, which gives me another 2/3 of the screen, or a little bit less than that, to put the graphics, so it works out quite well. The background setup right here is a simple piece of white photographic background, and I picked up some background tripods off the internet. They were a little bit more money. I think I spent $150 for the setup there, but I have the capability of putting 2 different backgrounds up at a different time. And if I needed to, I think I can go up to like 12 or 14 feet or something like that, a ridiculous height. Very heavy duty setup, much more than I need. The other thing that you might want to take a look at, and I'm going to get Caleb to sort of shoot down on the floor here, with all these lights, a lot of cords. So power bars, extension cords, you need a lot of that. And you also need a little bit of space, right? The key thing is space, because if you take a look at the span here from where I'm going to be sitting, shoot up, right? So I'm here, right? And where the camera is quite a ways. So this would be at least 6 or 7 feet, maybe 8 feet, right? So we shoot with a fixed focal length 50mm lens on the Canon 80D because it's sharper, and it's just a better lens. Your fixed focal length lens gives you a much better quality when you're shooting video, and fixed focal length lens, you can control the exposure quite well. The only issue with that is that you end up having to have a bigger space between you, where the camera is, and where you're shooting, and so you have to increase the size of your teleprompter text so that you can read it. So this is the basic setup. It takes about half hour, 45 minutes to set it up and to get it going, and taking it down takes another 15-20 minutes. So there's about an hour of setup and teardown. So I generally will shoot a minimum of a couple of videos at a time. Sometimes I'll shoot a few more videos at a time, because if you're going to take the effort to set this up, you want to actually make it worthwhile. So it isn't something that you set up every day. You have to plan the shoot. So this is basically a lot of the tools that I'm using. Video editing software, I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I simply am using iMovie for the most part. My boys are using Final Cut Pro. They play around with slowing things down. I'm just doing a basic talking head shots, so iMovie is enough for me to do that, and I do all the work on my laptop. So this is the basic movie making setup for the videos that I use, and if I were to recommend anything, it would be this. Simple studio lights. They're very inexpensive. The Brelli lights, I think I picked these up for around $100 or less than $100. Caleb was fortunate. He picked up the extra lights in part of a package, but those lights would probably sell for about $150. And the tripods are, they're not the greatest. The stands aren't the greatest, but because I'm not mobile, I'm not doing this all the time, and I'm careful with them, they're going to last for a long time. On the couch here, you'll see I've got a couple of bags, and almost everything we have here tears down and fits into about 3 different bags. And so I can put it away and store it. The only drawback is that the background has to go into a bit of a box, and I store it in our bedroom, which my wife doesn't like. So storage is a bit of an issue. But if we had a bigger home where we could put it in the garage, that'd be a little more convenient. But the conditions are that we don't have that opportunity. So this is it. This is the setup. hopefully this is helpful to you folks, and thank you for having a view of what I'm doing.